The Nittany Lions and the Buckeyes. A rivalry born of one side setting the standard and the other trying to climb the mountain. And we are on the cusp of dotting the I on a great clash in this one. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on last year's national champion, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Buckeyes ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's going to take a shot. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. They're coming off a national championship, but you do wonder if this season will be a season of complacency or a drive for another title.
Well, I mean, what a season last year to put that together, to win a natty, to make your dreams come true. But, Jesse, now it's reloading with all the high school recruiting portal and all the other stuff that goes with it.
Yeah, they lost a lot of key pieces off that national championship team a year ago, but they also added a lot of talent. And that's why this fan base is hoping for back-to-back national championships.
Making side adjustments here. Wants to fire on second down. Makes the catch.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Pocket breaking down. Got his man on the right. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Looking downfield on first down. Bringing the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
Yeah, and when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get him on the ground like they did right here.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Direct snap. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one, and you're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that 4th down. That was a throw vertically down the field. Not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was going to be and when. Stuck it right on him, and they keep the drive alive.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. The throw. He's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. Tenth play of the drive coming up, at this time a chance for the defense to get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The Nittany Lions will try to move the chains on 4th down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls in.
The Buckeyes will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He uncorks one deep. Intercepted deep in his own end. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. The give to the back. Shows him the stiff arm. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Toss to the outside. Running to Green. Turning it on. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Not overly complicated, not something the OC spent the whole summer designing. I take the ball and I toss it to my fast guy, get him on the perimeter, block it up good. My wide receivers commit to blocking, and boom, make a big play.
And the Buckeyes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run the toss. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster.
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. The Buckeyes will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's complete on the right side. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there. Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback may change this route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Hauls it in. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Using his feet. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Good timing on the quick out. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Nittany Lions racing to the line in the hurry up. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Quarterback adapting. Blasted as he lets it go.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football with the relentless chase. I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Rushes on him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Great job by the defense.
I had got caught up on the line, and that was my fault.
And force the incompletion.
Yeah.
The Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. He gets a block. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Back out there. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Going for it all. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Snap to the back. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run play action. Looking down the middle. Pulls it in. They finally get to him. A lot of play there to pick up the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Finds his man down the middle. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. The Nittany Lions in the hurry up. Back to pass. On the run, still looking. Rolling right and going deep. And it's caught inside the 15. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The Nittany Lions started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. The offense changing the play. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to throw on first down. Working that left side. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. To the air on first down. Zings it complete to the right.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Back to pass on second down. He's got an open man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Throwing right. He makes a catch. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to adjust the pattern. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Looking for a deep man. Working the middle. Finds a seam. Touchdown, Penn State. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, it doesn't get much bigger than a couple of top 5 teams going toe-to-toe. Here's the latest on this gigantic showdown. Clemson is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week at practice. They're up 14 over Oklahoma. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this top 5 matchup you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. It's complete to the left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
These old girders are rocking on third down here at Beaver Stadium. From the gun, wants to pass. He's looking deep. He's got it inside the 25. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. It is going to be nearly impossible to hear right now, and this offense is going to have to get locked in. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Buckeyes decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Off play action on first down. Forced out of the pocket. Can't make the connection in.
Come on,
pass, and 1 second remains. These two Blue Bloods really didn't become rivals until Penn State joined the Big Ten in the early 90s. Really, since then, Ohio State has been a bit of a measuring stick for Penn State.
I think we always talk about Penn State. We talk about winning the big games, and how do they play against Ohio State, a big rivalry. Palmer, it seems like they're always there. They're always in the game, but do they find a way to break through and win this rivalry?
Yeah, it's always so close, too. You think back to Woody Hayes and you think back to Joe Paterno. For years and years and years, when these two teams play, it is so physical. There's so much talent. It could go any way. This is one of the more fun games to watch every season.
Bringing it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half. So now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Got him downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
Firing to the right, complete. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15, a first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. looking to fire. This time on target. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
First down in the red zone, and this crowd imploring its defense to stand firm. Wants to throw again. Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. Gets it to the back. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable, because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that fourth down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Slams it ahead. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Going right to work up top. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Steps away. Working on the right. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks, we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Looking downfield on first down. Got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And the Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Wants to keep it in the air. Oh, they're after him. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the roar of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
He'll pull it down and run. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
He wants to change this route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
And he'll bring it back. He's got great speed. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Spits it out to the back, and wings it incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you can tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. Back to pass. They're working that left side. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play And you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to 4.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Fires to the right. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Quick pass on the fly motion. They make the stop at the 37, but not before. He's got 10 yards and the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Trying play action. Makes the grab on the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Aurora. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Wants to go up top on first down. Moving away from pressure. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries, you got to get pressures, and when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State.
Nah, that's some bullshit, man.
Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Sends it back in motion. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Quarterback making checks. Snapped it in the shotgun. Under fire. It's complete. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Back has it. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the stomping has commenced.
Well, this offense said they wanted to start the year all gas and no brakes, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Makes the grab on the right. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. Let's see what they do on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. How about that one? 4th and forever, and he just turned one loose and fired it for the first down.
Man, does that sting defensively. You get him in the perfect situation. You know they're going to pass the football. You play the ball deep, and you give up a deep pass. That is a back-breaking play.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. And the Buckeyes had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. Offense getting set for first down. The snap sets up to throw. On the run, fires downfield. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. To the air on second down. Quickly complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. He leaves it with his back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Throw to the end zone, picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
Direct snap. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He unleashes a long one. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And the defense gets the big third down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on fourth down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. Like, these are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. They'll start this drive going to the air. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which color jerseys they're wearing? Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Great place to start for this offense. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain. So Penn State takes down Ohio State, a couple of blue bloods, cornerstone programs in college football. You know both sides can't wait until they meet again. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.